Alice doesn't live here anymore.
Alice! Open that door!
Alice doesn't live here anymore. Alice doesn't live here anymore.
I've got it.
Alice doesn't live any of those places anymore, because when they start closing in, Alice hits the highway.
We ain't hiring no waitresses.
I'm not a waitress. I'm a singer.
You wouldn't want no singer.
Oh, tea, sure. Did you decide what you want for breakfast?
First, I want a big smile.
Do you want eggs?
Yeah, ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs. Okay, how do you want your eggs?
Everybody, listen. We got us here a new girl. And her name is Alice. And today is her first day on the job. And Mel here says that she was a singer. How about them apples? But hands off. Let the girl do her work. If there's going to be any baby around here, grab mine, Steve. You can look, but don't you touch.
Would you mind turning around for me?
Turn around for you? Why?
I want to look at you.
Well, look at my face. I don't sing with my... I'm not a waitress. I'm a singer. I want to sing. I want to be a singer. I'm a singer. I am a singer. I am a singer. I am a singer. I am a singer.
Well, what about Friday?
No, I can't. I'm sorry. Thank you.
New Year's Eve.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be here for New Year's Eve.
What am I doing wrong?
When I was 19, I got a job in this really nice hotel in Monterey, you know, and I would play the piano and sing, and I really liked it there, and that's why I want to go back and pick up where I left off.
Do you want to go home or do you want to sing?
I want to do both. Can I have everything?
I want you and Tommy with me. What the hell do you want?
Oh, David, you just don't understand.
You could be happy here.
Oh, sure, sure. But I'm not going to let anybody stop me this time.
Who's stopping you?
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which was released in 1974. And the film stars Ellen Burstyn, Kris Kristofferson, Alfred Lutter, Harvey Keitel, Jodie Foster, Vic Tayback, Diane Ladd, and Valerie Curtin. And the film was directed by Martin Scorsese. And Martin Scorsese at this time, he just got off doing Mean Streets. And Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I just got done watching the film. And I loved it. I thought it was a very good movie. This is a very different film for Martin Scorsese because it dealt with a female lead character in the role and also a female-led drama. But basically what the film is about is Alice Hyatt, who is played by Ellen Burstyn, and her son Tommy, played by Alfred Lutter. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. They end up leaving their town of New Mexico because Ellen Burstyn's character, Alice, she was married, and her husband ends up getting killed in an accident. And so because of that, she is now a widowed mother, and both her and her son Tommy, like I said, end up leaving New Mexico, and they end up going on a trip so Ellen Burstyn's character Alice could make it to Monterey in California, where she ends up hoping to pursue a singing career, which she ends up singing, really well. So they end up going to Phoenix. Their financial situation is not that good, and Ellen Burstyn's character Alice ends up finding work as a lounge singer. And while she is there, she ends up meeting this guy named Ben, who is played by Harvey Keitel. And Harvey Keitel's character ends up telling Ellen Burstyn that, he's not married. And pretty much, they get into a little relationship, which comes to an end when we find out that Harvey Keitel's character is actually married because his wife ends up confronting Ellen Burstyn's character And we then see that Harvey Keitel is an abusive guy where he ends up abusing his wife. So this leads to Ellen Burstyn's character, Alice, and Tommy leaving Phoenix and going to Tucson in Arizona, where she ends up getting a job at a local diner as a waitress. And when she's there, she ends up meeting this guy, David, played by Kris Kristofferson, who is a regular customer that comes into the diner. And both him and Ellen Burstyn's character, Alice, ends up hitting it off. They have really good chemistry with each other. And pretty much that's basically what the plot to the film is about. But, it's just a widowed single mother just trying to take care of herself and her son and her dreams of becoming a singer. But Ellen Burstyn, she did a fantastic job in the role as Alice, which this role led her to winning an Oscar for Best Actress for the film, which she so rightfully deserved. Alfred Lutter, who plays Tommy, I thought he did a decent job. There are points where, he could be annoying at points, but he didn't do a bad job. Kris Kristofferson as David, really enjoyed his character. You could tell that, once he laid eyes on Ellen Burstyn's character, Alice, that, he saw something in her, and, pretty much they basically talk and have, very good chemistry with each other. So I really liked when they both were on screen together. You also have Diane Ladd, who plays Flo, who is one of the waitresses at the diner where Ellen Burstyn's character ends up working at. And of course, this film led to the series Alice, which ran for 9 seasons. So it was a hit show thanks to this film. And Diane Ladd, is in that series as well, reprises her role as Flo. You also have Vic Tayback, who plays Mel, who is the owner of the diner, which he reprises his role from this film in the series as well. You also have a young Jodie Foster, who plays Audrey, who is a girl that Tommy ends up being friends with. So very young Jodie Foster here. And, it's the first film that she was in that was directed by Martin Scorsese, to which 2 years later, she will work with Scorsese again in Taxi Driver. You also have a few cameos in the film where you see Martin Scorsese, which he is in the diner, and he's just sitting there. It's a blink and miss, but you'll see Martin Scorsese, his black hair and his beard. Also, a young Laura Dern is in the film. Of course, Laura Dern is Diane Ladd's daughter, and she appears, as a little girl with glasses, where in one scene she's just eating an ice cream cone. So you see a very young Laura Dern there. But the film I really enjoyed, loved it. Very well directed by Martin Scorsese. To which, around this time, Ellen Burstyn was just coming off of The Exorcist, which was a phenomenon. And the studio, Warner Brothers, expressed interest in working with her on another project. And Ellen Burstyn ended up saying here that it was early in the women's movement, and we were all just waking up and having a look at the pattern of our lives and wanted it to be different. I wanted to make a different kind of film, a film from a woman's point of view, but a woman that I recognized, that I knew, and not just myself, but my friends, what we were all going through at the time. And yes, this film is from a woman's point of view. And it says Ellen Burstyn ended up saying that her agent found Alice doesn't live here anymore. She ended up saying that when she read the script, she liked it a lot. She kept saying that I sent it to Warner Brothers and they agreed to do it. Then they asked who I wanted to direct it. I said that I didn't know, but I wanted somebody new and young and exciting. Ellen Burstyn ended up saying that she called Francis Ford Coppola and asked who was young and exciting. And she ended up saying that Coppola told her to go look at a movie called Mean Streets and see what you think. She ended up saying that the film hadn't been released yet, so I booked a screen to look at it. And I felt that it was exactly what Alice needed, because it was a wonderful script and well written. But for my taste, it was a little slick, you know, in a good way, in a kind of Doris Day, Rock Hudson kind of way. I wanted something a bit more gritty. So Ellen Burstyn described her collaboration with Martin Scorsese, which this made his first Hollywood studio production, as one of the best experiences that I've ever had. And Martin Scorsese ended up telling Ellen Burstyn that the film should have a message. It's a picture about emotions and feelings and relationships and people in chaos. And Scorsese ended up saying that we felt like charting all that and showing the differences and showing people making terrible mistakes, running their lives, and then realizing it and trying to push back when everything is crumbling without getting into soap opera. We open ourselves up to a lot of experimentation. So that's some good things to know, a little bit of trivia about the production. And at first, they wanted Shirley MacLaine to play Alice, but she ended up turning it down, to which in an interview in 2005, Shirley MacLaine ended up saying that she regretted that decision. About the casting of Tommy, played by Alfred Lutter, Scorsese's casting director auditioned 300 boys for the role. And so Scorsese ended up saying of Alfred Lutter that I met the kid in my hotel room, and he was kind of quiet and shy. But when he paired him with Ellen Burstyn and suggested that she deviate from the script, he held his own. He ended up saying that usually when we were improvising with the kids, they would either freeze and look down or go right back to the script. But this kid, you couldn't shut him up. So that's what Scorsese had to say about Alfred Lutter in his audition. So, but when the film came out, it made $18 million at the box office on a budget of $1.8 million. So it did good at the box office. But overall, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Love the film. Very good movie. I feel like this is a Martin Scorsese film that, you know, hardly ever gets talked about. You know, a lot of people talk about Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Casino. You know, it's one of those films, like I said, that hardly gets talked about in Martin Scorsese's filmography. Say the same for After Hours, Hugo, which I really love. But definitely check out Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Love the film. Very good movie. Great performance from Ellen Burstyn. So definitely check it out. But anyway, that's it for my review of Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoy this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And until next video, I'll see you all later.